Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, we have covered our first chapter and first lab, and we saw basic introduction and basic working of our catalog, ArcMap, QGIS, and we got familiar with what is vector data, what is raster data, how they operate, and we saw the metadata option. We changed the symbology, and we classified some data, and at the end we produced some sort of map, right? So the next lab is we will be covering this chapter quickly. Coordinate system, I hope you have covered that in lecture as well, but we will just skim it and get some basic points from it, and then we will be covering our lab section. Our today's lab section that will cover chapter 2 and the chapter 3, right? So we will be covering two chapters with one lab, right? So first of all, what a coordinate system is, before we need to understand coordinate system, we must understand what is the shape of the earth, right? So some scientists, they consider earth as a perfect sphere, some consider it as a geoid. Geoid means that it is an irregular type of sphere, right? And many other theories, they exist about the perfect shape of the earth, what it is actually, right? Now, what if you want to make a map on a paper of all this globe, right? So you have to just start from this point where the cursor is shown, and the other side, for example, this is 90 degree, and here opposite to this, you just cut it with a knife along this line and unroll all this globe into a plain paper like this, right? So when you unroll this globe from 3D to 2D, right? So this is meant by creating some projection, right? So when you will be unrolling this globe, there will be some sort of uncertainties. Some lines, they will be not exactly like they are displayed over here, and the distance between them, that will be altered. So this is actually meant by projection, right? It converts your data set from a geographic coordinate to a projected coordinate, right? And what is meant by reprojection, it converts from one type of projected coordinate to another type of coordinate, right? This is your, for example, let's suppose that we have a geographic coordinate system, right? We will use WGS 1984. We unrolled this globe into a plain paper, and we call that a projection, right? Projected coordinate. And then if you want to go from one projected coordinate to another projected coordinate, that will be meant by reprojection, right? So this is a basic concept of projections. So in globe, you have two things very common: latitude and longitude, right? Longitudinal lines or meridian lines, they are these lines which usually pass from uh, north to south, and the latitudinal lines, they are passing from east west extent. They are called as parallels, right? And the longitudinal line, they are called as meridians. Okay, the next thing that is important is the approximation of earth. Some consider it as spheroid, some consider it as ellipsoid. So there are many theories about the proper exact shape of the earth, right? You must search the term geoid, that is mostly commonly used, and that is very true, right? The next thing is datum. When you transform your earth from a geographic coordinate to some a datum, it can be better understood as a mathematical model of earth which serve as a reference or base for calculating the geographic coordinate of a location, right? For example, if you have a GPS, and in that GPS you will first, when you will be taking some points, so it will ask you about the datum, right? So datum is basically a mathematical model, right, which will tell you or which will serve as the base for calculating your geographic coordinates, right? So there are many datums, right, available: NAD 1983, NAD 1927, WGS 84. These are some datum. Now these datum, what they do, that they these datum, they approximate your shape of the earth and provide you a reference for all your geographic coordinates, right? So you must be very clear when you will be using what datum is most suitable for your area. For example, a person who is working in America, a person who is working in US, Canada, and working in Pakistan and working in England, so they must see that what projection or what reference that is suitable for them, right? So coming to the map projections, we will be applying these projections practically in ArcMap. Meanwhile, if you have a globe of earth, right, you are considering its spherical shape. If you simply put a cone and transform all those latitude and longitudinal lines into this cone, right, so this is our conic projection. It has two cases: simple case, which is touching only the outlines these of the globe, and secant case, which passes through these globe. Similarly, we have a cylindrical projection that is formed by transforming the latitudinals and the longitudinal lines into a cylinder. Similarly, we have azimuthal projection that is mostly for polar areas. You just have a paper placed over here and you project these lines over your paper, right? So this is about, mainly you will deal with conic, cylindrical and azimuthal projections. Okay, this is polar aspect, you are visualizing from the pole. This is oblique aspect, that is you can visualize pole as well as the equator. This is equatorial aspect, that you can only visualize the equatorial aspect. Now one important thing in map projection is the parameter that is called as scale factor. For example, if I have a scale of 1:100, it means the feature 1:100, let's suppose the unit is kilometer. So it means that 100 kilometers on earth is represented as a 1 meter or 1 unit line, whatsoever our line unit is in on map. So this is meant by scale factor, right? And then we have commonly used projections, which are transverse Mercator, Lambert conformal conic, Albers equal area conic, and we will apply these projections one by one. Then we have projected coordinate system, that you transform your globe into a piece of paper or a plan. So that is your projected coordinate system. It is a plan coordinate system built on a map projection. So we will be dealing with these projected coordinate system in ArcMap. Then we have UTM, transverse Mercator, famously used projection, right? It is these are some zones which are shown, and we have UTM polar stereographic, right? Stereographic, that will have this type of, this is transverse Mercator projection, okay. And we have similarly stereographic projection and state plan and many other projection system. Public land survey system, this is some system which measures 6 by 6 mile squares or townships, okay. Working with coordinate system in GIS, this is will be our focus. We will have a projection file, predefined coordinate system. These things will be cleared once you are going to apply an ArcMap. Then we have the term on the fly projection, that whenever you load some data set, so by it has by default some projection assigned, that is meant by on fly projection, that is exam question, right? So we will be covering the lab section, which is our most focus. These things, they can be covered in the lecture section as well. So in the lab, and we will start from this task 1. Project a shapefile from a geographic coordinate system to a projected coordinate system, right? So we will be first dealing with this. The next task is import a coordinate system, and third task is project a shapefile by using a predefined coordinate system, and the fourth task is convert from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. So these will be our 4 tasks. You will start your ArcMap, and then we will be covering all of these tasks one by one. Okay, once you have your ArcMap window open, the next step is to add our data, right? If you have this PDF over here, right, it asks you as a first step to add your idll.shp, right? This is an outline layer of the state, right? Now what I will do is go to layers and click on add data. Now you can connect your folder to where your data is placed. I have already connected it. It is in chapter 2, right? So this is idll.shp. Just select it and click on add. This layer comes. Now if you go to the properties section, and you will see that the coordinate system of this layer, they are not defined, right? So we have to define the coordinate system. Now it asks you to start R catalog, which we have done in the last lab, connect to the folder tree, right? You can do it now. We have covered this section in the first lab, right? If you want to do it again, just go to ArcGIS, click on R catalog. The window will be opening, and just connect to your chapter 2. Here you have the option of connect to folder. For example, I go to this chapter 2, click OK. So here your chapter 2 will be connected. This thing we have covered in the previous lab, that how these files individually they can be viewed. There is some preview, there is some description about them, right? So we have seen that. So you can explore all these layers clicking one by one and seeing what properties of each layer they are available, right? Okay, the next step is to first define the coordinate system for idll.shp. You have to go to the arc toolbox window, uh, right, and right click arc toolbox, environments, define projection tool in the data management section, right? So we have to go to arc toolbox here. In this arc toolbox we have to go to define projection. Okay, there is a concept in projection that if you do not have a projection system defined for any layer, what you are going to do is to uh, search for the tool define projection. But if you have already a projection defined and you want to convert it into some other projection, so you will use the reproject tool, uh, transforming from one projection to another, right? So here in data management, I think it is uh, it says in data management tools we have projection and transformation tools, right? Projections and transformation tool. So we have over here projection and transformation tool here. So here you can see that you have define projection and project. Define projection, it is used to define a projection for a layer which already has no projection defined, and project, it is a tool which is used to convert from one projection to another projection. So we will be clicking define projection. Now in define projection we have to input our layer. Once our layer has been inputted, we have the second option of coordinate system. We have to specify the coordinate system whichsoever is being mentioned over here, right? For example, it says that geographic coordinate North America. So we will be going to our catalog again, geographic coordinates North America, and here you can specify geographic coordinate system North America and North American datum 1927. Okay, this coordinate system is not, I think this GCS North American 1927. If you just go to the R catalog again and just type GCS, right? So it will show you here it is, GCS WGS84, and let's type the full GCS North American 1927. GCS North American 1927, right? Just press enter. Here it is, North America, Canada 1927 and NAD 1927. These two options, they are available, right, in GCS section. So for example, if we want to use this one, NAD 1927, just click this as OK. Now here you can see that it's semi-major axis, semi-minor axis, these things are defined, the unit is defined. You can change this as well, radians per unit, OK, and just click. Here it is, GCS North American 1927. This is in custom, you can have this one. Just click OK and click OK again. So this layer will now be, and now will have, it will have a coordinate system defined. So this is our first step, basic step. That was how to define a coordinate system for a layer. Once this process is completed, you can just click, you can just view over here, there will be a checkbox that shows that the process has been successfully completed. Okay, here it is loading again. Yes, the process is being completed. Now if you go to this idll.shp, go to its properties section, or let's come to ArcMap again. Let's remove this layer and add it again, and now go to its properties section. So here it has coordinate system defined, which is GCS North American 1927, which our task was, right? So here till we are clear how to define a projection. Now the next task is to project this to IDTM coordinate system, right? So we have defined, now we want to convert it from one projection system to another projection system. So for this purpose, you can use ArcMap, you can use ArcCatalog. Both of the tools, they are okay. Reading from that book PDF, it was difficult, so I have transformed that to Word file by typing. So our next step is now to convert this idll.shp to IDTM coordinate system, right? Which we said that we can perform it in ArcMap as well as in ArcCatalog as well, right? So what we have to do is to double click the project tool. Just go to the ArcCatalog, and you can have in this Arc toolbox, projection and transformation project tool. Just click on this project tool, a window will open. You have to input your dataset idll.shp, right? Okay, the next step is once you have inputted your data, then you have to specify the idtm.shp for the output feature class. Okay, it says that you want, if you want to rename it, you can just click over here, idtm.shp, output feature class name will be changed, right? Okay, the next step we have to do is to open up the new projected coordinate system, which we are defining by ourselves. If you want to already use some uh, projected coordinate system which has already been created, just go to this projected coordinate system. Otherwise you can create a new by yourself over here. So you have to click on this coordinate system, go to the new and projected coordinate system. Once you click on this projected coordinate system, right, a window will open as shown. Now you have to fill up these this window by some values, right? You have to name it as idtm. Just copy it or enter it manually. This is the name of my projected coordinate system. right? From the drop down it says that I have to select the transverse marketer and I have to enter these values. Paul's Easting, that is this value I will enter here. Just select it and paste the values, right? Similarly you will enter all the other values which are mentioned over here. Just copy them and paste them in this window. Once you have done all, pasted all these values which are mentioned there, uh, then we will be moving on to the next step. Just copy them and central meridian. Scale factor, and what else is left? 42 for longitude. Right, so once we have entered all these values, uh, make sure your unit is meter, right? Okay, our is meter. The next is to click the change for geographic coordinate system, right? Double click North America, North American datum 1983. Click here change, and here North America, and in North America if the datum is available over here, just copy it and search it if it is available in this version of ArcMap. No, it's not. Let's search something by North American. In geographic there is North America. (1983), right? So you can choose this one, North American datum 1983. Okay, once you have done all this step, just click OK now. So here you can see that your projection which you have created with some parameters, they are now defined. Just click OK. Here it will be assigned. Now you are transforming from one coordinate system to another. Just click on OK. This window will execute. It gives some error over here. Just ignore this. Okay, click on IDTM. Okay, NAD 1927 to NAD 1983. Click OK. Here the process is being executed. Let's see if it is done or not. Yes, it is. Right, now our projection system has been changed. Right, you can click on its properties. You can go to the XY coordinate system and see that what coordinate system now it has. So this was our second task, that was to transform from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. Similarly, if you want to import a coordinate system, that is our next task, of any layer, what you have to do is to go to Arc Toolbox, right? Go to the project again, import your data set. For example, I want to have it a coordinate system of some other layer. Just what I have to do is to click on import. For example, I want idtm.sh or the coordinate system of empty roads. For example, I want to assign that coordinate system to this. So you can select this layer, click on add. It's unknown. Okay, let's select some other one. Import, click on, oh, here it is, IDTM for example. Just click OK. Now it will be converted from this to other one. click on import chapter 2 id roads at, right, click ok, click ok again. So in this way you can import coordinate system of some other layer, right? So this is a process of importing a coordinate system, right? Here it is shown that the process has been completed. Now similarly we can project a shapefile by a predefined coordinate system. If you do not want to import, if you do not want to create, you can just use a predefined coordinate system, right? As for that purpose, what you have to do is to go to our toolbox, go to the project section, input your data set. For example, this is my data set. I want it to I want this layer to assign some projected coordinate system, right? For example, I want this layer to assign a world, right? And I want to assign it any coordinate system, for example WGS, this one. I just have to click OK and click OK again. So this is the method in which you can use the predefined coordinate system over here. So similarly you can transform from one coordinate system to another by using the project tool. That is our next task. All the process they are same, and you just have to keep in mind two tools. One that is define projection if the layer does not have any projection assigned, and the second thing you have to keep in mind the project tool, that is define projection, that is used to assign projection to a layer which do not have a projection already. And the second one is project tool, which basically converts your layer from an existing to another coordinate system. This is the basics of coordinate system. Just I want to give a quick revision. These two tools, they should be kept in mind: and define projection and project, right? Project from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. Here you can choose the option which is available, or you can create your own, or you can import off the another layer. So this is the crux of this exercise, that is of projections of these four tasks. Now we will be moving on to the next section, that is georelational vector data model, right? That is important.